guys, today is Tuesday, February 5th, and of course we are here at my second home, about to get my workout on with the hubs.
Done?
Alright, so now that you guys have seen my back workout, I want to go over a few things just to kind of update you on the changes that I have made recently. My diet has been changing weekly now. Carbohydrates have been going up every single week. Not necessarily my fat too much, maybe some slight changes, and my protein intake has maybe gone up like 5 grams. Other than that, it has pretty much remained the same. The only thing that has really changed, again, is my carbs. As far as my workouts are concerned, I'm still doing 6 days, so I'm working out 5 days where I'm doing both lifting and cardio, and then I'm only doing lifting on the 6th day, and the 7th day is just a rest day. I don't do anything, no cardio whatsoever, no activity. I literally just lay and rest. I do a lot of recovery 5 days out of the week. So I'm rolling my body out, and I'm also doing a lot of stretching to make sure that my body stays nice and healthy and I don't end up with any injuries or any pain, because I have osteoarthritis in my lower back. So that's kind of a huge concern for me. And then I also have elbow tendinosis and Achilles tendonitis. So I'm affected all over, and I really have to take a lot of repercussions to make sure that I don't ruin my body in the process of trying to build all this muscle. So I wanted to take the chance today to also talk to you guys about a huge aspect in my life, and that is my weight gain. First and foremost, let me show you a picture of me in 2017 here. Here's a picture of me 2018. And here's a picture of me now in 2019. As you can see, there is a huge difference between 2017, 2018, and 2019. Obviously, the weight gain was pretty intense. I do want to talk to you guys about why that happened to me. I deal with PTSD. I don't want to say that I suffer from it, because it's something that I went through for a while, and it's something that I have under control now, and I understand and I know how to work through. 2017, toward the end of the year, became kind of the year where things started to happen as far as my emotions were concerned and my mental state. I thought I was okay, and I didn't realize that I actually wasn't. I had some triggers that were involved, and it really threw me into major anxiety and major depression. It's kind of hard to explain because I thought I was okay I didn't think that I was going through anything, but then little by little different things started happening, you know, like I noticed that I didn't have any energy to do the things that I normally would as a mother. I love doing all these things with my kids all the time. And for some reason, that one year, you know, I was very tired and I didn't have the energy to go to places with my kids and do things that I normally would. And that was a red flag that I didn't recognize. I wasn't as happy in my relationship, and that was coming from me. It wasn't coming from my husband. Nothing was changing on his end, but it was all happening with me. I started getting to the point where I started drinking to try and help cope with what I was feeling. I was, you know, doing what most people do as far as like, oh my God, I'm so stressed out today, so I'm just gonna have a glass of wine. So that's kind of where it started. And then it was like, while I was cooking, while I was hanging out here at home, on the weekend. So that started affecting me as well. And I wouldn't drink to the point where I was getting smashed or anything like that, but I was drinking almost every other day. So at least half of the week. And I was thinking that it was normal, but you know, it's not. It definitely is not normal. In my head, I kind of convinced myself like, what? Everybody drinks. You know, everybody drinks when they're stressed out. Everyone drinks when they have a rough day. Only I didn't recognize that I was doing it to kind of help soothe what I was feeling inside. And then what happened after the drinking is I kind of took on binge eating. I started eating a lot to kind of make me happy and to help soothe myself. Everybody would go to bed and I would be up by myself, and I would just sit in the kitchen and eat as if I wasn't ever going to be able to eat again, because it helped make me feel better. And to be honest, it was one of those things where like I hated that I did it. I would be mad at myself. I promised myself I wouldn't do it, that I wouldn't put myself through that because it wasn't good for me. I felt like I looked terrible because my body was changing, and I saw that. I knew I was gaining weight. I didn't realize how much, but I knew I was gaining weight. So I'd be miserable within myself because my clothes wouldn't fit. And then in turn, I would have to make myself happier. So at night, I would eat a lot of food to kind of bring back some joy into my life. And the next morning it would all start all over again. So I just kind of threw myself in this huge vicious cycle of like sadness, basically. So there came a point where my sadness and anxiety became so intense that I started to feel like nothing. I started to feel just a lot of darkness. I just didn't belong anymore, is what I felt. And I'm so sorry that I'm getting emotional. I told myself that I totally wouldn't. And I think it's just because I'm happy about where I'm at now. Again, I started getting to the point where I felt like, geez, everything is ruined. I have none of my friends anymore. My husband is not happy with me. I'm not there for my kids anymore. Like, I am the worst person in the world, you know? Little did I know, though, that I was doing it to myself. That's the thing. It's like I had the power all along and I never understood that. But at that point, you just dig yourself so deep into this hole that you don't understand. Nothing makes sense. Nothing does. All that makes sense is that you are not a good person and you don't belong anymore. And I remember going to bed a couple of nights and just feeling completely terrible about myself and just wishing that I wouldn't wake up. That happened 2 times. And on the second morning that I did wake up, and I remember coming out of my room and just feeling like, oh my God, I cannot feel this way anymore. I have so much to live for. My babies need me, and my husband needs me, and my mama needs me, and I have family that I want to live for, that I adore, and they don't know me for me because I'm keeping myself away from everybody and I'm doing it to myself. So I realized it. And then I talked to my husband and I said, you know what, honey, something is seriously wrong. Like, I feel like I need to get some help. I really do. So I went to the doctor, and lo and behold, the worst thing possible happened is they put me on antidepressants and anxiety medication. I didn't know any better, but the only thing that I knew is that I didn't want to be like a zombie or like live in a dream every single day, because I heard that that's what those medications did. I wanted to be present for my kids. So I did tell the doctor that I was not opposed to taking medication, but I wanted to make sure that I could still be present and be, you know, aware of everything and not be clouded. Well, very unfortunately, that's exactly what happened. I got put on these medications and I became a zombie. I became somebody who wasn't present anymore. I went through that for about 9 months that I was actually on that medication. I slept a lot more than you guys can imagine. Didn't have the anxiety that I used to have, but I literally was not the same person. I changed. I was clouded. Everything was different. Now my feeling is that I am so against medication like that. So when I hear people say that they're taking anything, I think to myself right away, like, gosh, I really wish you understood that you don't need that stuff, that it doesn't help. It only makes you worse, and it only keeps you right in the position that you are, just a clouded one. None of it works. No antidepressants, no anxiety medications, none of it works. The answer was within myself. I had to figure out that I could make myself happy, that I had everything already within reach. I just wasn't seeing it that way. I had to change my perspective of life. That's it. That's all it was. I ended up seeing a therapist for a while. The therapist helped me out, helped me kind of dig deep into things that I was feeling, overcome those feelings. And then the universe did something great. The universe took her away from me. So when she left, I kind of felt like, oh my God, my world is about to crumble again, because I lost the only extension to happiness that I thought I had. But, you know, everything happens the way it's supposed to, and everything happens for a reason. And the reason behind her leaving me was I needed to grow from that specific situation. It was time for me to find myself, because I had already dealt with the internal emotions that I had to deal with. So her leaving me allowed me to understand something else has to change. So when she left, I started reading on what people can do for depression, what people can do for anxiety. I saw something about meditation, and I was like, man, you know, maybe I should give this a shot. Like, I've heard meditation really helps a lot of people. I have like the busiest mind in the world, so is it really gonna help? But I decided to go ahead and try it. I tried different forms of meditation before I actually found what works for me. So through the meditation, I started learning more about myself. And the one thing that I think as people do is we take the time to get to know other people. You'll take the time to get to know me because you're interested. But do you ever really take the time to get to know yourself? No, you never sit back and ask yourself questions and get to know you, for what you really believe, and dig deep and really try and understand what you really are thinking, what means a lot to you and what doesn't. And I think that's where I found myself. I had to literally get to know myself and teach myself that life is exactly what I make it. So now every single time that I have even the slightest doubt or even the slightest bit of sadness, I've learned that I need to change my perspective. Life is 10% what happens to you, 90% how you react to it. Don't allow myself time anymore to feel sad or to feel upset. The days that I have had anxiety or that I feel bad, I just immediately tell myself, okay, and I think of 3 things that you are absolutely grateful for, 3 of the best moments of your life. And immediately I go into the moment I had all 3 of my babies. I go right back into that moment. Immediately it takes me out of that sad feeling. I know that I am insanely blessed and like so lucky to even have the opportunity to have a child and to have experienced that. I basically learned that any negative thought doesn't have to exist. You literally could just change your perception of whatever it is that you're thinking at that moment and make it a positive one. If you focus on the negative, all you're going to find is negative. If you focus on the positive, all you will find is positive. And I tell you that now my life is just like so positive and beautiful. Like, I couldn't be a happier person. I couldn't. There's nothing that bothers me. Not one person, not one comment, not one anything that could ever get in the way of my happiness again, because I know what I felt, and I know what I felt, the sadness in the pit of my stomach. It felt terrible. I never ever want to feel it again. I'm just so happy and so overjoyed to be here, to be alive, to be as healthy as I am, because I didn't even realize that I looked like that, you know? It's so crazy, and I thought I was okay. But you know, I gained 40 pounds. Back then, my highest weight was 187.8. Now that I look back, I'm in shock with myself because I've never seen myself that way. And my body is proof that I just wasn't well, that I wasn't okay. That's where my want and my need to become better became so strong, stronger than anything else. And now I am just like hyper focused. You guys, I want this more than freaking anything, more than anything else. And I believe part of the reason I'm doing it is to tell myself, like, girl, you are stronger than you freaking understand. You have overcome so much, and yet you continue to set the bar higher and higher for yourself. And I love that about me. I love that about myself. I love where I am. I love who I am. I love the people that surround me now, that are around me and that show me love and that care for me. And I am just so super blessed. But anyhow, I don't want to keep you guys any further. I hope I didn't bore you, but this is my story. I wanted to give it to y'all, and I promised that I would be an open book. And like I'm telling y'all, it took me a lot to kind of come out and talk to you guys about this. But, you know, this journey has been an amazing journey thus far. Like, I can't even imagine my life without it. It's so crazy that I never did this before. My only regret now is that I didn't start sooner. That's just proof that you should give up all the negativity that doesn't serve your well-being. Never give up on yourself, and that everything you've ever want is on the other side of fear. Everything you've ever wanted. Okay, you guys. So you got me all emotional today. I was just fine. I'm actually super happy that I did this. I finally got it done. I've been talking about doing it for like probably over a month, but it's done. It's out there. Thank you guys. I know that I don't have thousands of followers or even hundreds, but I'm just so happy to have the followers that I do, and I thank you for your support, because you guys message me and you tell me I can do it, and you guys give me such beautiful compliments, and I can't tell you how much drive that gives me. I love you guys so freaking much for watching me and for being a part of my life, and I hope that you guys continue to follow my journey. And I promise you guys I'm not gonna fail you, because I am on a mission, y'all. I am going to win. Understand this now. There is nothing that will hold me back from making sure that I become a figure pro. Okay, you guys, thumbs up my video if you guys liked it. I hope you weren't too bored. Please subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys next week. All right, bye.